Welcome back to Sports City Extra show, where we are having very candid discussions between me and my co-host Bill Odhiambo, and we've seen what has happened in the KPL, and on Saturday we saw a lot of action in the EPL as well. Some people were disappointed, lost their bets, and others gained something. Now we want to talk about two very strong teams, Arsenal and Tottenham. The two gave us a really good, interesting show. There were injury tackles left, right, and center. I don't know what you thought about the game. First, it was true that Arsenal, the first goal was by luck. Arsenal Saka's getting the deflection from Tottenham's defender, and we waited a little bit. That upset Tottenham. Son managed to counter attack. Right. A very serious game, right. And because you see right now they are number 2, I don't think they want to be overtaken. And now between the game,
yes, Saka, yes.
Between Saka and Son, you saw what they did yesterday, how good they were yesterday. Before I thought for me I thought Tottenham was going to win that game.
Right.
I didn't know if you shared the same sentiment.
Right.
I don't know what the viewers as well thought between the two of them. Yeah. Now between the handball that was given awarded, I'm not sure if it was a genuine one or what you thought about that. Because very many people were complaining that should not have been a penalty.
Right.
But 2-2 was a very good. And what do you think about that? Share with us your sentiments.
Right. Thank you so much, Elvis. Now, this is what I call a derby. When you talk about a derby, this is what now defines a derby. Not like what we're seeing in Manchester City and Manchester United, where one team, that is Manchester City, is far much greater than Manchester United. Now, this is what we call a derby, because the London derby was, Arsenal fans were screaming left, right, and center. London is red. Now Tottenham screaming also, London is white. But then again, it was quite competitive. 2-2, and I think I was not here on Saturday, but we talked about how this it will be a high scoring game, and it was quite evident. First of all, of course, when we also talk about when it comes to a penalty, scoring when people are standing, we don't consider that as a goal, but for the benefit of doubt, Arsenal they're going to give you that. So 2-2, Arsenal penalty. That handball was very controversial. But I believe, right about now, when the rules of football are changing, football is changing really very fast, and many are not, happy with it. But then again, it helps with controlling the game as well, because when it's not governed, sometimes you will get unfair results. And many times we have seen that other teams like Manchester United is saying that the VAR and the officials are not against them most of the games. Right about now, what they're trying to do is creating an equal situation. So that the handball was given, and it was quite evident. But I like the way Tottenham bounced back with the defeat. Going down twice and coming back and leveling the score, courtesy of the new captain Son. Goes to show you that manager Postecoglou is doing wonders at the club. First of all, against Manchester United, I thought it was a fluke, but Tottenham they're now back to winning ways, and I'm urging all football fans to keep an eye on Tottenham this season, because when we look at the defensive structure, there's left back called Udogi, I believe. He's doing really well, and yes, he was harassing Saka very much, fouling him, giving him a hard time at the wing, and if it was not for the own goal, I don't believe that Saka would have he has much to brag about in the game. But I really see there's a lot of improvement from the Tottenham squad. The manager has come in with new players, new ideas. The midfield sector was superb. Bissouma there, and working really wonders at the midfield sector alongside Sarr. They were holding the midfield really well, letting their forwards to drop in and servicing them once again. So Tottenham has really revamped the way they are playing football this season, and I believe top 4 for sure. They'll frustrate, and they'll be at the top 4 for quite some time. And for Arsenal's side, I believe injuries are not going to cause them problems, because I saw when Declan Rice was taken off at the halftime, because due to an injury scare. I believe that this is going to hurt them really much, because the midfield sector has been the core part for success for as far as Arsenal success is concerned. So having Declan Rice out, then we saw they got their ex-Chelsea man coming in the midfield sector, Jorginho. But then again, he was denied. He lost the ball. Then Tottenham went ahead to score. That goes to show you that they really need to work in the midfield sector, because Partey not being there, Declan Rice also not being there, Arsenal have a big problem. Of course, one will say they have the likes of Havertz, who can drop down to a midfield. But we are already criticizing Havertz the way he's playing. He was bought in, but in yesterday's games, he did not have much of an impact. That goes to show you that remember this Champions League right about now, so a lot of games to be played. The Carabao Cup is coming, a lot of games to be played. Premier League, they're having the likes of Man City coming up in 2 weeks' time. So I believe, Chelsea, I mean, Arsenal are not having problems right about now. So Mikel Arteta has to, sit down with his players. Whatever magic is working with the front three, she will also work with it in the midfield center right now, because Gabriel Jesus, Trossard, the likes of Nketiah, they are delivering right now. They are doing really well, giving, running past defenders, creating problems for defenders as far as getting goals is concerned. The way he started the game yesterday with Gabriel Jesus and Nketiah, of course they offer a kind of dynamic that we've not seen before, because Gabriel Jesus most of the time tumemzoea akicheza pale katikati. This time round he had to sit down the likes of Trossard, sit down the likes of Havertz, because Martinelli also injured pale kidogo inawasumbua. So Arsenal against Tottenham, I saw two teams that were have really improved this season, and they're going to give us a lot of exciting performances in their coming games. 2-2 well deserved for both sides, scoring against each other. But one thing to take from this particular game is the fact that the two sides have really improved this season.
Thank you so much, Bill. It's true, I enjoyed and loved that game. Wasn't any moment that was boring. All of them were eager to score. Totally, Arsenal were lucky with that handball, the defender deflecting it.
Gabriel.
And Gabriel, he always has a problem sometimes. It was just by luck that they managed to get that goal. Because imagine Son with three. You remember the first goal that Son scored? It was in between three defenders,
right.
And that really was a very interesting thing to see. And the goalkeeper also, they tried very hard, but it was just by bad luck that they both conceded 2 from inside. The Arsenal missing players, Rice, Havertz,
Trossard.
Yeah, they have injuries. Trossard right now is sitting on the bench watching, and I believe right now the only good players the only players we can count on right now are the top 3 forwards for Arsenal.
Right.
And right now, having the different leagues that they're participating in, this I believe must be something that they have to be careful and consider, because the coach clearly is eyeing the top. Chelsea, on the other hand, very big problem. It's true, Aston Villa's coach before was an Arsenal coach.
Right.
He moved to
Villarreal, yes.
Yeah, Villarreal.
Yes.
He moved to the Spanish league, Villarreal, and he managed to beat Man U, got the Euro title.
Yeah.
And truly, this coach is confident. And now back to Chelsea,
Right.
and we expected that with the experience that they have, they will be able to improve. But then we are seeing them still sticking to the same position. 1-0, a red card, getting a red card at
Malagusto, yes.
Malagusto. Yeah, getting a red card from Malagusto, getting a red card. I don't know if that was what cost them, but I don't know what your opinions are about Chelsea. They used a lot of money, bought in players.
Right.
Many people right now are complaining. Their supporters are tired. what do you think could be the problem for them? Soon are they going to be kicked into relegation,
Right.
or are they going to remain at the bottom? And also the viewers, please,
Right.
you'll also comment for us. Bill,
All right.
Aston Villa 1-0 against Chelsea. Because you remember before how strong Chelsea was.
Right.
Number 1, Manchester, Arsenal, Chelsea,
Right.
Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham maybe behind, but then Chelsea was always at the top. But right now, behind 2 seasons in a row. What is the problem?
Well, I like to take people back to when Pochettino was appointed the head coach for Chelsea. And he was saying, confidently saying, I'm coming to take the Premier League, I'm coming to take the Carabao Cup, I'm going to take all these major cups that you're seeing right now. But amepigwa alama mshangao because this is he thought the same league that he left when he was managing Tottenham was the same league that is happening right now. Of course, they went ahead really and spent a lot of cash in the transfer market, bought in the likes of Malo Gusto, who was red carded yesterday against Villa. But it's a question of when will they be ready, because time is not on their side as far as performance-wise is concerned. Right about now, they started really poorly, and when you, it's like when Chelsea is playing against teams in the EPL, teams are coming in rubbing their hands already to get results because they are not doing really well because they seem to be a house in shambles. They have a lot of qualified players. When you look at Sterling, when you look at in the likes of Mudryk up in front as well. These are talented players who can get results out of any sport that you can give them, and it's really worrying to see that Pochettino is still not getting any kind of positive results with them. Now Aston Villa, of course, props goes to Unai Emery the way he has led this group of players to be where they are right now. Oli Watkins getting the only goal for the game. It was hard fought because Chelsea, despite the fact that we are raining all these worries at them, they are good defensively. They know how to hold on the ball. They know how to pass the ball and get into good positions. The only problem that Chelsea has is converting the goals. So for Aston Villa's side, just like you said, Unai Emery from Villarreal, up to coming back to the EPL again and getting charge of Aston Villa. It has been there's improvement that is clear. We can really see it that since he came in, he has had quite a good significant impact on the team. And Aston Villa, of course, them coming back also to the European championship level to perform again and compete in the European level goes to show you that the group of players have developed. They have grown out of their comfort zone because they are being challenged by the coach and the entire technical staff. So big shout out to Unai Emery and the good work he's doing. And if Chelsea are not careful, when they continue with such performances, the Carabao will not be will not be in favor for them, because Pochettino was very vocal about how he wants to win all these titles. Maybe you can say this is his first season that things are not going really well, but we don't have that time to allow you room to make mistakes, then wait for you to bounce back and get positive results. Because if they continue the same trend, then when this season comes to an end, Chelsea will again miss out on any European tournament for that matter, and it will be a big problem and a big concern for Mauricio Pochettino.
Thanks so much, Bill, and I completely agree with you. I believe that right now they should meet and discuss the board, make a few changes here and there, because I'm not really sorry for Chelsea right now. They have been stubborn. We saw what they did during the transfer window,
Right.
spending all that cash. Aubameyang right now disappointed,
Right.
gone. Players gone. Their captain, their goalkeeper gone. I think right now they need to try and solve where exactly the problem is, so that they can help communicate better. Because right now the communication, maybe they should bring back Mendy and change things. Maybe apologize and help the team grow. Because right now they were Mendy per se specifically was very disappointed with the favoritism that was going on in the club, and that made it really hard for them to cooperate in the dressing room. I believe they need to change their perspective and continue moving forward. Now, right now, I want to, thank God for Burnley. My friends, you know, who are watching, they were saying Manchester United, they cannot watch the game, always disappointing, winning, but right now, we were back. Right now, the first opportunity, Burnley, when we started, Burnley was pressing. I saw them tactically in their center, they were there, pressing. And imagine Johnny Evans using the corner and, you know, the header using well. And right now you see that. Do you think right now Manchester United is going to improve, continue improving, or what is going to happen?
Well, I hope it's not a fluke because you know, against Burnley, of course, you know, they were just promoted from the Championship to the Premier League. They are coming in with a different perspective that not many Premier League teams understand, because the way they were playing, most teams are not used to it because they are new to the Premier League as we speak right this season. So, of course, it was a tough challenge for United. Having a goal ruled out, just like you said, Johnny Evans coming after 8 years of being left out of living with Manchester United, came back, got a goal, but was ruled out by VAR. Then went ahead to get an assist. That goes to show you that he's well motivated. He's coming back to challenge the likes of Harry Maguire, the likes of Lindelof back in the defensive department. Now, of course, for quite some time, injury is has been a problem, especially this season when it started for United. Injuries are a problem, and of course they are missing key defensive players. Luke Shaw is out, Wan-Bissaka is out, Varane is back but not fully fully fit, as well as Lisandro Martinez as well. So John Evans coming in and stepping up, showing he's an experienced player, quality player. Remember, he played with the elites of United, the likes of Paul Scholes, the likes of Wayne Rooney. So he understands the pressure that comes with playing for United. Yes.
I think
Yes.
Exactly.
Different many players.
Exactly. And also playing under the likes of Alex Ferguson. He understands the pressure that comes up with getting results. So yes, at the end of the day, it was not going well for United because Burnley were causing problems. Andre Onana was forced to make quite important saves because Burnley could have gone ahead and it could have basically ended as a draw. But you saw how Johnny Evans was composed, giving Bruno Fernandes the assist. He finished really beautifully to give United the goal. So I'm pretty sure this is a turnaround for United. Remember, they are facing two tough fixtures. Carabao Cup against Crystal Palace tomorrow, and then they have they are playing against Palace once again this weekend. So Crystal Palace is a tough team, and previously it has caused problems for United. So we're going to see how. I will not say that after the Burnley win that they are back to winning ways, but against Crystal Palace, if United get positive results, they beat Crystal Palace at the Carabao Cup as well as on the weekend, and then I believe that they are playing really well, and they'll be back to winning ways.
Thank you so much, Bill.
Evans.
Yeah, Evans, Johnny, because you see before when he was playing, he had a really good squad. They knew and understood each other very well. They used to train together, and we've seen when he came back to Manchester United, we saw him start a little bit, and right now we've seen yesterday's game where we saw him assist Fernandes. We saw him score a goal and which was cancelled, and then later on to give Bruno the assist. I believe that was a very good thing. And the only question is, why is it not in the midfield? It's a very good defense. The defense is very good, not selfish. They know how to assist, and we saw how he dribbled the ball to Fernandes,
right,
who managed to convert that into a goal. Now Johnny, Mount, Fernandes in the center, controlling. Right now they have failed to control the game. Right now we've seen this defense take center stage of controlling that. So could you please discuss that a little bit?
So of course, Johnny Evans, just like I said earlier, the experience that he has coming into to United squad at a time when they are facing a lot of criticism because of they are not performing. It's quite, it's important to have such a figure in the squad. Him coming in goes to show you that he has impressed the manager and the technical staff, because he has that the confidence and experience that he has acquired from United, then moved to Leicester, now back to United. He has developed individually as well as a player. It's just unfortunate that he went to a club that did not get a result that maybe he wanted, because Leicester were relegated. But then again, when you look at how he's playing alongside the likes of Martinez, working with the defense and the midfield sector and also the goalkeeper, United needs such a figure right now, because Maguire, with the criticism he's getting, that affects the performance. So Johnny Evans coming in to step in, and help bridge that gap where we're not having someone who's not focused. Maybe it gives the team assurance that they're still on the right path. So I believe he has more to offer, and he will be integral, because Manchester United are playing a lot of games this season. They are in the Champions League. Tomorrow in the Carabao Cup, they're still inside there. FA Cup, they're also still in it. So not forgetting the Premier League as well. So they need all the players that are fit and who can play this particular time. So I believe he was quite an important addition, although he came in the final minute, and maybe he might add another year depending on how he's going to perform this season. So he is quite an important addition to the squad. He brings a lot of confidence, a lot of experience that I believe United needs right about now. The only difference that it's there is that he's working with a different crop of players, maybe just youngsters, because the likes of Rashford, he's playing with Mason Mount, just like you mentioned. These are young players who still have a lot to develop and to put on the table. But Johnny Evans' experience that he plays alongside the Rio Ferdinand, Paul Scholes in the middle, working with Alex Ferguson as a coach. He's going to bring a lot in the squad. So hopefully against Crystal Palace tomorrow, I believe he'll start again, because he had a really good game over the weekend. So we're yet to see more from Johnny Evans.
Thank you so much, Bill. Just a little bit before we close the show, we want to discuss, Man U is going to be home against Crystal Palace. Now that the defenders, how are we, supposed to, man the squad?
Right.
Because remember, you think that maybe when you're home, it's easy, but we've seen many times Crystal Palace has been watching us lose very many games. They know that our defenders are hurt.
Right.
Maybe now they understand where our risk areas are. So could you please, talk to us about how we should line up tomorrow against them?
Well, of course, in Carabao, the managers tend to mix the squad. Whenever it comes to Carabao, the managers, mix the squad with a little bit of youth and also experience. But this time around, I'd like to see Alejandro Garnacho start, because we've missed his starting for quite some time. Because the coach has been bringing him as a substitute later on in the game of play. But then again, this time around, I think he should start. Then that, of course, it begs the question whether Rashford will also start, because they play in the same wing. But Garnacho and Rashford can change in the right wing. We've seen them play for quite some time. And I also hope the Jadon Sancho situation is getting on well, because as much as he's not part of the squad right about now, United need each and every player right now, and because things are not going really well. Of course, against Burnley, it's a slight win, but still, when you look at how they are performing, a lot more is needed from the players. Bruno Fernandes as a captain, of course, he cannot lead and also get results at the same time. Yes, a lot is required of him to try and bring the squad pamoja, to try and encourage the players to perform. But then again, the coach needs to work his options really well. The other day we saw how playing Rasmus Højlund to start at the front, then substituting with Martial. Martial comes with a lot of impact as a substitute. Maybe you should also consider that as well, because he comes with a lot of energy. Rasmus Højlund he has already shown that he is a good player. Getting on those good pockets of positions that can get positive results for United. So he should just work a situation where the starting players are converting goals, because United they can pass really well, but then again scoring is a problem, and we've seen that against the way they had to bounce back against Nottingham Forest. bouncing back again. You know, the way they suffered against the likes of Brighton and Arsenal, 3-1, you know, being beaten 3-1 is a big loss against a team like Brighton. Of course, they're a good team, but where are your star players? Because even against Brighton, it was a midfielder, the young Hannibal Mabry getting a goal. So a lot of you know, qualities demanded of United players. And against a tough team like Crystal Palace, who like to defend, who likes to hold the ball, you know, they're not generally a team to score many goals, but scoring a goals against them is also difficult. So United needs to, you know, their players need to wake up and get good performances and score a lot of goals. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, viewers, for your opinions. If you think the same about that, Man U, are they improving, or the goalkeeper, or if they should continue with the same tactics? How many goals do you think are going to be scored?
2-1.
2-1.
Man U 2.
Who 2? Man U.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then 1
Crystal Palace 1.
Right.
For me, I hope and pray